So here we are in Dili, about to see our second statue of Christ in a year. How's that? And Cristo Rey, from what we hear, is the second tallest or second largest statue of Christ after Christ the Redeemer in Rio. So how cool is that? A nice view out the back there. This is a view you can see of Dili, well you will in a minute once I get around there. And you can just see the little walk we've had from down on the beach. There you go. So it's the beach there. The tide's out, but you can see the coral along here. And some of the best diving in the world is literally straight offshore. You're just walking off the beach and look under, and yeah, there's lots of fish and colourful coral. I'll give you one last look at Cristo Rey. There he is. Looks a lot further in this picture than he actually is. He's actually, you just sort of walk around there and up to the top. Alright, see you later. So this is the building where in 1974 we came walking through here as kids, and I still remember as a small child walking along this wall, and we see these little windows, and I look through the window, and as far as the eye can see, stacked up in the windows is guns and ammunition. Now there's nothing more except for a few goats. And what we'll do, we'll go inside and have a look. So now they've just built a brand new road right next to it. In those days there was no road, there was just a small track, and you can see now it's full of graffiti, and I think the goats have had a fair time in here. You can see it's quite, some of the graffiti's quite disturbing. Just wander our way through. It really stinks in here, and maybe there's some areas here where they're probably practicing firing off some of the ammunition too. Look at some of the holes in there. It's actually it really stinks in here, and it's actually quite disturbing. It's a horrible in here. Like, who knows what other atrocities happen inside this building. Graffiti over here, as you can see, it's not pretty. It's really quite disturbing. So here I am in the main square of Balibo early in the morning. And this house is famous here. It's called the the Australia Flag House. This is famous. This is where the Australian journalists in 1975 they lived in there, and they were doing reports on the what was expected to be an Indonesian invasion of Portuguese Timor. This is what they painted there to protect themselves. They wanted to say we're Australian. This is the museum and the small memorial for the journalists. You see the date. They all died on the 16th of October 1975, and they were mainly from Channel 7 and Channel 9. There's a famous movie called Balibo, which you've really got to see, which tells the story. And then what happened on that date, 16th of October 1975, they heard that the Indonesian troops came, there's a fort there, there's an old fort, they came up the hill and broke through up the road, and the Australian journalists ran down this street to escape. It's a really quiet town, and there's probably not a lot has changed in all those years. Bon dia. You can see here, I was here 5 years ago and really nothing's changed. They've renovated the flag house, which I just showed you. So this clearly hasn't changed since the Indonesians pulled out in 1999. They burnt and wrecked a lot of houses on the way. Now this house here is famous for all the wrong reasons. This is where the Australian journalists, they fled to here, and one by one the Indonesian soldiers murdered them. And if you look closely, everywhere inside you can actually see bullet holes. So this is Carsten Horn reporting live from Balabo in Timor Leste. Over and out. Bon dia.
Yeah. Ooh.
This is walk up to the Balabo Fort. The Balabo Fort was built by the Portuguese over 200 years ago, and up until several years ago it was just all fallen apart, overgrown, goats running around the place. But now the members of the Balabo House Trust, which is a charity organisation based in Melbourne, have raised funds, renovated the fort and created the museum and also a 4-star hotel. And they've done a really amazing job with the architecture to ensure that it actually fits in with the surroundings and doesn't clash too much with the design of the fort. So now we're just making our way into the entrance. So they've added some gates, which is how it would have been over 200 years ago. So they've added the wooden gates, so they've got the security here. And then here you can see they've added 4 rooms on each side in a really nice modern style. The only windows are in the outside. When you're in your room, you can see the fort wall covers floor till the halfway mark, and then you get a beautiful view out around into the surrounding hills. So this fort sits on top of a hill, and you can see all the way down to the coast and across to Indonesia, which is on just over the other side. And this is the restaurant and reception area. You can see here, you can see the fort wall, and you can see the mountains in the background. So now I'm going to take you inside so you can get a good idea of the amazing job. Bon dia. Oh, there's some people here. This is David, he's the dentist. He's the first ever dentist in Balabo. It's day 3, he's still looking very chirpy.
Well, I'm just trying to write a manual on how to run the bloody place.
So we can leave.
And look, we have a guest. We have a guest drinking a lovely cup of tea. And that's the view I was talking to you all about. nice village. We've just stopped to have a cup of tea. And they're all really excited. There's a brand new road through the middle of the village now. So this is coffee country, and it's harvesting time. You can see in the background. So they're drying and sorting the beans out here. And this is the new road that they're all excited about. That was just built a few months ago. Up until then, the main street would have been really muddy. And here's our guy, as you know. Tade!
O magtungga o magsayani mo ko hakro kay mo ko nul kereta kini kalay.